Continuing with my theme of removing plants, directly front and center is one of my Ceanothus. I do like them. However, these things are huge. 6 foot in every direction, and apparently these ones get bigger than that. This is Victoria. I do have a hedge of them. There's 3 of them in here. There's kind of like a smaller one there, one back there, and one there. I kind of planted them. They're one of the first plants I had success with, and my idea was behind them you can kind of see the silvery growth, and that's the pineapple guavas. And I was expecting the pineapple guavas to, grow up and be higher than them, but these have really taken over, and I prune them a few times a year. The pineapple guavas, now that I've seen some large ones, there's a farm that has a U-pick of them. They don't, I guess you could sort of train them into a tree farm, but it seems to be kind of difficult. They want to be more like shrubby, like 10 feet taller. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna remove at least the one in front here, and then maybe this other one behind the Butia, because there are 3 pineapple guavas there, and then on either side there's oleander, and I have another oleander, and I have a seedling one that's getting to a decent size underneath that camera ops there. So I'm kind of contemplating removing this guy today and replanting that space with a couple oleander, which will stay low, kind of the 4 foot range, and then it will allow me to see these pineapple guavas that are back here that are really nice trees, but we got a lot of competition going on here. So both of these big Ceanothus are blocking them. So I'm kind of, I've had them for a few years now, and they went in as little teeny tiny things, and I just really hate getting rid of a plant that's relatively easy, although I do have to trim them. That's kind of the one thing I don't like, to try and keep them manageable. If I had a larger yard, they might be a better fit, and really give them the space that they need, because these 2 alone will completely take over this area. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep them to a reasonable size, so stay tuned. We'll see how it looks when they're out and the oleanders are in. Here's the after. I'm limited on my green waste, so I only removed one. There's one big one there, but then now you can see the pineapple guavas. There's a smaller one. That one's just kind of a lot different than the other 2 for whatever reason. The other 2 are kind of more typical silvery, whereas that one's a little more green. But that one was pre-existing. That one I planted. This was a seedling that was growing over here. And that one's pre-existing. So now I got a row, and it should be pink, red, pink, red. And I got a red hot poker. I have a bunch up here, so I just threw that in. The Sable Urasana has lots of room now. So now you can see the fence, which I don't really love, but those pineapple guavas, I'll have easier access to them to fertilize and water them, and they should fill in that gap quite nicely. So that's my little project for the day. You can see the flowers here are really looking good. Hopefully a bumper crop of fruit. And the oleander themselves are flowering. The pink one was the first one I had. The one thing I'm noticing is the pink ones have darker green leaves than the red. The red is just, it's like a shade or two off, a little bit lighter. I'm not really sure why, but looks a little empty, but that's okay. I always put in a lot of plants and I end up having to remove them with time. Let's see, there we go. There you go, nice sunny southwest facing spot against a black or very dark brown fence that'll kick out even more heat.